Hey guys, today we're talking about lesson 10.4. Today we're classifying quadrilaterals. I'm on page 567. Quadrilateral is a polygon, 4 sides and 4 angles. So a 4-sided shape, all right, it's closed in. So you can name your quadrilateral by the vertices of its angles. And so the vertices again are going to be those points where they meet. So if you look at that shape right over there to the right, up at the top there, you've got A, B, C, D. So those A, B, C, and D are all on vertices, or each vertex is labeled with a letter. All right, so like I've said the last couple lessons, I'm really excited that this vocabulary is right here for you to use. This is a lesson that I do think you'll need to rely on your vocabulary heavily, because I think you do know what each one of those quadrilaterals are. However, in your activities today, you'll be asked to label each quadrilateral with as many names as fit the bill for it. So you're going to be looking to see, is this square, what else can this square be called? What other qualifications does it meet? And so, or whatever other shape, not shape, I guess, whatever other quadrilateral you are presented with. So let's go through the vocabulary really quickly here. We've got a trapezoid. It says trapezoid is at least one pair of parallel sides, which I differ with that definition simply because I believe that a trapezoid has one pair of parallel sides. No more. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 2 pairs of sides of equal length. Okay. Rhombus has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 sides of equal length. Okay, so the difference there is that the parallelogram, you can have those, do you see those 2 across the top and bottom are longer than the 2 across the other 2 sides that are marked with 1 tick mark. They're of different lengths. If you look at the rhombus, they're marked with the same tick mark on all of them, which tells me that all 4 of those sides are the same length. Okay, and that's the big difference between a parallelogram and a rhombus. Then we've got a rectangle. A rectangle has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 2 pairs of sides of equal length. Okay, so they don't all have to be the same length. And you'll look, and the last thing, I guess, before I get into that, the last thing that makes the rectangle unique is that it has to also have 4 right angles. So the rectangle has the qualification of a parallelogram, that it has to have 2 pairs of parallel sides, and you'll see that 2 sides are marked with 1 tick mark and the other 2 sides are marked with 2 tick marks. So we have parallel on both ends there. And then you've got 2 pairs of sides of equal length. You'll notice that the top 2 that are going horizontal, those 2 are longer than the 2 that are going up and down vertical. And then you'll see that each one of those corners is marked with a right angle, that blue square. And then finally we've got our square. It has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Okay, so you've got your vertical and your horizontal ones that are parallel. You've got 4 sides of equal length. So you'll see that there's 1 tick mark on all 4 of those sides, which tells me that they are the same length. And then 4 right angles. So you should see the 4 right angle marks in there. So in this workbook, you will always see that the right angles are marked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and please use your vocabulary to help yourself out with your homework. And I'm going to go ahead and move over here to, to page 569. Okay, so we've got a quadrilateral here that is marked really nicely. Our vertices are marked, and it tells us to look at whether this is also a trapezoid, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, or square. All right, so I'm looking at this quadrilateral, and I'm seeing that each one of these sides are the same length. Okay, and so that should tell me that falls under all 4 of those jurisdiction. That could be a parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, or square. I'm going to look at square and rectangle here. I see that square and rectangle both of them require 4 right angles. And this image right here, ABCD, of this quadrilateral does not have a right angle marked. So it is not a rectangular square. And for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to cross those off because I want to narrow down this list as much as I can. All right, trapezoid has to have 1 pair of parallel sides. I see 2 pairs of parallel sides. I'm going to cross off trapezoid. So here we go. Does this fall under the category of a parallelogram and a rhombus? All right, parallelogram has to have 2 pairs of parallel sides. I see 2 pairs of parallel sides. And it also has to have 2 pairs of sides of equal length. That means this side right here has to be the same length as this side, and it is. This side right here has to be the same length as this side, and it is. So it does fall under the category of a parallelogram. So I'll go ahead and write that down. All right, and then I'm going to look at the rhombus. Okay, so I'm done with parallelogram. I'm going to cross that off since I've already written it down. My next one I'm going to look at is the rhombus. The rhombus requirements are 2 pairs of parallel sides. So we've already addressed that with parallelogram. Yes, there are 2 pairs of parallel sides. And it also has to have 4 sides of equal length. So that's where I'm going to look at these tick marks here and see that they're all marked with the same marking. And since they are all marked with the same marking, that tells me that they are all the same length. So this also does fall under the category of a rhombus. Okay? All right, so let's look at this number 2 shape down here. This shape down here. All right, I don't see that this shape has any parallel sides. I think that this side here and this side here eventually would intersect. This side here and this side here would eventually intersect if they were to continue on as lines. So there are no parallel sides, and all of my figures, all of my quadrilaterals that are listed here, except for just a straight up quadrilateral, require at least 1 pair of parallel sides. So I do see that there are 4 sides. So I do know that this is a quadrilateral, but I can go ahead and eliminate all the rest of them right there, knowing that there is not even 1 pair of parallel lines. So I'm going to go ahead and write quadrilateral. That's it for that one. Now this one, our rectangle, okay? Well, excuse me, I already gave you the answer there. Your rectangle, okay? We've got 4 right angles. We've got 2 pairs of parallel sides. We've got 2 pairs of sides of equal length, so I know this is rectangle. Now that's my easiest one, okay? I know that it is not a square because it does not have 4 sides of equal length. You can see that those 2 sides are marked with 2 dash marks, 2 tick marks, excuse me, and these 2 sides are marked with 1, which tells me that they are of different lengths, outside of the fact that they just look like one's longer than the other. All right, that also gets rid of the idea of a rhombus. A rhombus also requires that there are 4 sides of equal length. Now we can look at a parallelogram. We've got 2 pairs of parallel sides. I've got that. And I've got 2 pairs of sides of equal length. And I've also got that. So parallelogram, we did hit the requirements for that one. All right, a trapezoid has 1 pair of parallel sides. This has 2, so a trapezoid does not fit the bill. Now let's look at number 4. I can automatically on number 4 get rid of the idea of a square or a rectangle because I do not see any right angles marked. However, I do see that these sides are all the same length, which automatically takes me to a rhombus. Because not only are all 4 of those the same length, I do have 2 pairs of parallel sides. Those two will definitely never touch. All right, now I just need to check and see, would this work for a parallelogram? Do I have two pairs of parallel sides? Yep, I do. And do I have two pairs of sides of equal length? Yes, I do. So this also works for a parallelogram. Okay, and there you have it. So today, for your homework, you will be able to do numbers 2, 3, and 4. Same way that we just did with numbers 2, 3, and 4 here. You'll need to label them with as many as you can think up, okay? Then you'll do numbers 5 and 6, and you'll be good to go. So let me know if you have any questions. Have a good day.